Recording in progress.
Good morning, world. I'm Helen Tite from iCare, iMove, and this is Blue, my foam roller. Okay, so today what I thought we'd do in our Pilates session is introduce some foam rolling work. You may come across this as trigger point or myofascia release. When Pilates was first formed a gazillion years ago by Mr. Joseph Pilates himself, I'm sure that the science has considerably changed. What we've learnt is to understand a bit more about fascias of the body. So we don't just have muscles and bones and blood, we have this sheath that covers our body and it attaches all elements of the body. So with the fascias, you have a dominant front fascia, a dominant back fascia, and it's like that film, if you're ever like stripping a chicken, that very sticky film under between the skin above the muscle of the flesh, that's fascia. And sometimes it gets built up in certain areas, and the idea of rolling or trigger point work is to release those areas, because when the fascia builds up, then we start to address some maybe reduced range of movement or a tightness in the body. So that's why we're using the roller today. That's a quick bit of science and history about myofascia, because we know so much more. Okay, but firstly we do need to think about the posture. We need to think about how we're standing. So in order to bring us into anatomically correct positioning, we need to think about our breath, the way we hold ourselves, and our form. Okay, so we start. Let's start at the bottom and work upward. This is me getting it all out. Okay, so feet in neutral. When we say that, it's the outside edges of the foot that are straight and parallel. From there, the knees, let's lock them out. So when we lock them out, what tends to happen is we shorten the back muscle and lengthen and weaken the front abdominal muscle. So again, this is all fascia connected. So by just taking your knees off lock slightly, we come into a better tilt of the pelvis. So I want you for a minute just to give me some movement here, because the back is always stiff. So we need to keep it movement, and it's semi-mobile into the lowest part of the back. Okay, so we've got a slight posterior tilt. At the same time, you pull your belly in, watch. So we're tightening up that fascia. We lift, but without sort of lifting the chest. That's not really what we're trying to do here. We're just drawing up through the collarbone and then drawing down through the back muscles. At the same time, I want you just to turn your hands forward and stretch your fingers. Okay, so last two things. One is to draw your chin backwards, and then finally to grow as tall as possible. So this is our anatomically correct posture. This is where we should be. This is where we came from this morning. So up and tall. Lovely. So holding yourself like this is quite handy. Visualizing that you are in a tight pair of jeans and you're having to breathe in. When you've got a new outfit on for the first time and you step out and go, ta-da, and then let it all go. So it's important to keep that hold. Right, so we're going to use this. So a pole, you can use a pole or a thingy, a roller, to start with. So use it for a bit of support. You need to rise and fall through the feet. Now, recently I've been doing quite a lot of learning around the ankle mobility and the importance of feet. Let's give our feet some attention. As you rise up through the big toe, just the big toe. Normally I say big and second toe. What you might find straight away is a tension through the inner thigh and possibly the inside of the knee, the inside of the calf. That's important, okay? Now, how does it feel if you try to roll up through the outside edges of the feet and then back down again? Outside edges of the feet and back down again. Uncomfortable, right? Still need to work. Sadly, we are no longer cave women with very few responsibilities in our lives. And also, as we're not cave women, we've lost a lot of that insulation in the foot and the hard skin in the feet. So our feet are more adept now and we've moved forward in our evolution. We're a bit more adept to wearing shoes and walking on flat surfaces. Okay, so now what we do, we come forward onto our tiptoes, bend the knees, rise up and down. So we're using the roller for support or the pole for support. Bend the knees, come up onto the tiptoes, rise up. On the rise up, squeeze thighs so they tighten and then sink down. Oh, give myself cramp already. So come forward, rise up and down. Come forward, rise up and down. Still using the pole or the roller for a bit of support, because this at the same time is starting to kick off your core. Lovely. Okay, today also, as a note, you might feel a bit warm. You will experience heat from these movements, which is great. Okay, roll the shoulders for me. Okay, we did this with the pole a couple of weeks ago. Just rock side to side, but do this for me, please. Keep the neck long, the shoulders down at the same height. So we're not just going to go, we're not swinging through the shoulders. We're just really beautifully lifting and lowering. How does that feel around the back of the shoulder blade? That should feel nice and comfy and elegant. Last time. Okay, and then from here, we take the roller forward, upwards. So you're a beautiful straight line. Bring it down. Lovely and tall. Think about shoulders down. Lovely. Now, from here, take it up again. A little lean to one side. Rise up and down. Again, this is targeting into the shoulders. Now we're starting to work on the waistline. Nice and tall. Feet in neutral. Abdominals connected. So we've got a trunk switched on. Don't worry about breath yet. Lovely. Good job. And release. Okay, so we did this with the pole recently. I need you to take the roller, right hand, right foot is your stable side, and we are going to just swing the leg. Swing the lead. That's a phrase, isn't it? Isn't that taking the mick? Is that right? Oh, there you go. Okay, so the swing is quite important. Again, the static side, it needs to lift up so we've got sort of real good connection. And the swing, you tall into the hip. And it's the back side of the movement that I'm caring about, because we need to wake up this front fascia and we need to engage the posterior chain. Okay. Lovely. Switch sides. Hand pole, switch sides, you're on your left. Swing in. Nice and tall. Brace through your centre. Ooh. Lovely. So I always find, you won't remember this. We did a phase of getting your leg up and over it. That's when we were doing like 10-week course with rollers. We won't be getting our leg overs today, girls. Right, okay. But what you are going to do is take the pole, the roller. We'll just talk rollers, okay? You know what to do. Okay. Swing in. Okay. Start here. Brace. How does that feel? So I want you to think about what's going on in the hip. Feel and feel and experience sensations into the back and into the pelvis. Switch sides. This is crossing through the midline. Does it feel stiff when you first start, or do you feel like you've got range of movement? Why are you looking at me like that? Huh? Looking at the imbalance, is it noticeable? Right. Yeah. Right hip's not playing anymore. Okay. Forward. Walk back. Walk back. Both hands. Now take your feet to the inside edges of your mat. Brace through your centre. And just wiggle jiggle right to left for a second. Pull your belly in and settle. So we're not dropping the head, we're just leaving the ears in line with the shoulders, and hopefully you've got a nice line there. Now see if you can just walk your feet back a little bit and see if we can drop the chest. So the head is now lower than the arms if you can. Still pulling up through your centre. How does it feel if you rock into your heels or the balls of your feet? Now release one arm. Let it flop and dangle. And I need you to draw some circles here. Oh, that's a really good picture. Thanks, guys. You could at least in my ear say, put your bum out of the way, Hal. Right, okay, pendulum swing, right to left. So by this point, the other arm, the one that is out of play, is really starting to pull. Switch sides. Okay, so once you're in position, drop the arm, circle. Lovely. Think about what's going on with your feet. Switch direction. And then side to side pendulum swing. So what you should be getting is quite a strong stretch through the back fascia. So the posterior chain, the back of the body. Okay, both hands up on the roller, chin to chest, roll up through the back. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in stand is to lower down. So again, this is a wiggle jiggle, wiggle jiggle. And, oh, did you hear that? So what I'm trying to achieve here is a bit of a hip opener before we actually get onto the floor. Using the roller for a bit of support now, because that's the great thing about using equipment in our sessions, is that they're designed to resist movements but also assist movements. So if we don't quite have that confidence to lower and lift, we've got something that will help us. Okay, what happens if we start to rise again? Be flexible with your feet. Play around the knee joint. Where is it uncomfortable? How do you feel? So all of this stuff is valid, okay? Be flexible around it. Okay, when you're ready, we're kneeling down. Okay, give yourself a moment. Now I'm encouraging you now just to sit back on your heels. Okay, now if you just watch me for a second, I'm going to roll forward, all right? So I'm really back in my space. I'm keeping my bottom on my heel as I start to walk the roller forward. Drop the chin. So once again, the ears are just slightly lower than the shoulders. Now from here, I'm just going to start to wake up the back and the lats. So I'm just going to roll a little bit forward to my wrists, hands, wrists. Okay, now I'm going to change the shape. Blades. So my little fingers are now on the roller. I'm just going to roll a little bit more. Making an adjustment with your hands or your feet will significantly impact movement and mobility. Okay, roll all the way back in. Okay, so you might feel that down the back of the arm. You might have felt that into the shoulder a little bit. Okay, so from here, let's wake up the core. So your roller is in the top third of your mat. Your hands are just having a little bit of a massage. Now this is a really interesting thing here. When you start to apply pressure through your hands and slightly lean forward, you get some really good core work out here. This is stability work, okay? Yes, it's intense into the shoulders. Curl your toes under your heels. And when you're ready, let's lift and float those knees. 4, 3, 2, rise up. Come forward. That's the first time, hey? Relax your knees to the ground. You all right there, Pat? Okay, so here we go again. We float the knees, stability, push back, down dog. You're gonna need everything to work well here and have faith in your own movement. We're gonna do that one more time, okay? Right, so curl toes under knees, curl toes under heels, lift knee, push back, go. Right, so try and relax your toes, try and relax your thighs. Well done. Release down, sit back. Just going to give your wrists a bit of a roll. What I'm going to introduce you to now is a massage. So, roller lengthways on your mat. Okay, so I've got a high ponytail today because your hair gets caught. You're going to sit on the roller, lie all the way down. Be conscious of your hair. So if you've got a hair clip or roller or bobble, you might just need to move it out of the way so you don't get caught. Feet wide to start with, okay? All right. And relax. Feet wide, elbows down, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a minute to relax. What will happen is your shoulder blades will start to envelop around the roller. Now we're going to act as a tripod. Feet wider, more stable. Feet narrower, less stable. Okay? So with your feet wide, I want you now to take your arms up towards the ceiling and then across so you can hold your opposite elbows. Got it? Then you're just going to roll side to side a little bit. And then, like Baloo the bear, find those sweet spots. The bits that go, ooh, ooh. And here's another tip. If you find the sweet spot, so there might be a knot, okay, on your back. So your body weight is pressing down and it's just releasing that knot. Then I want you to drop your elbow, drop your shoulder blades. And that really helps you to get into that knot. Does that make sense? So this is always your workout. So you have a little play with this. When you first start doing this, you can get quite afraid because you think you're going to fall. You're not going to fall far. And if you do fall, it's not very graceful. And we've got to be all right with that. Okay, feet still wide. Send your arms out, palms up to your sides. Okay, so what you get in here is a strong stretch through the front of the chest. Now, hands down, palms down. You are going to lift one knee and then the other. Okay, so you have lost your balance. So your hands are there to support you. And this will deepen your core power. Deepen your core power. And you will be firing up a lot of things in your center to really ensure that you stay upright and balanced. Okay, so from here, right leg comes forward. Bring it in, breathe it out. Left leg comes forward. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Lovely, isn't it? And in, well done. And out. Now, you'll notice that all of these movements are familiar to you. So you can do this on the floor without the roller. The great thing about Pilates, making small adjustments can be transformational in your movements. Last time. Okay, and when you're ready, bring your feet back to the floor and continue to relax. Okay, we are going to dismount gracefully. And then from there, you're going to turn your roller to the third from the top, because we're just going to lie on it for a second. Okay, it starts with the neck. Okay, and all I want you to do is just to roll your head right to left. Not everyone likes this. And then what you might find, again, there's a little bit of a sweet spot. We carry so much tension in our neck and shoulders. By just simply rolling side to side, you're giving yourself a little massage. Play with it. Your leg's not going to fall off, so don't be precise about this. Do what feels comfortable. Because I'm aware that so many people just go, oh, am I doing it right? I'm going to keep watching you because I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. Do what feels nice, you know, in a kind of wicked kind of way. Lovely. Okay, from here, we're going to roll up. And we're going to leave your shoulders, the bottom of your shoulder blades on your roller. Okay, so we're relaxed. This is, I've said this for those who remember me in the classes days teaching in the community, we would talk about this. This is how we lie by the pool, right? So you're semi up and lifted, you're trying to look relaxed, but you're actually switched on in your center. Okay, we are looking to roll. Now, those of you who have struggles around vertigo, you might not like this. If this triggers any dizziness, then please stop. And you can see here, I'm going from a V, a W, rolling over to a V. So I'm getting to stretch out through the front of my chest. And at the same time, I'm adding in some core work. So let's look at this. So V, W, I meant W. Roll, V. Come back again, W, into V, and stay there for a second or two. Enjoy that stretch. And that stretch again is going to be through the front of the chest and into the armpit, possibly down into your elbow joint. Okay, so we're going to push it again. So remember, this is fascia release. So go with me. The roller is now in the middle of the back, towards the bottom of the back. So the aim is to roll backwards so we get some extension going. And as we roll backwards, some of you might need to lift your bottoms, and that's completely fine, okay? We're rolling back, shoulders onto the ground. Now here's the challenge. We're going to roll forward again and bring your bottom back down onto the mat. So again, there is some core work going on here. So we're in a decline. So start to roll over, lift the bottom. Oh God, that feels good. Breath in. Exhale, roll and contract to bring yourself back in. Well done. Let's roll again. Oh. So, and I'm making these noises because I'm hoping that you're feeling the same. Breath in, exhale. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to bring the shoulders back over and roll the roller onto your hips and pelvis, and for a minute we stretch. Feet go long. Try to get your shoulders down and your heels down. Try to breathe. Don't worry about where your legs are exactly, whether your legs are fully straight or they're turned out slightly or the knees are bent. I'm going for a straight leg and a pointy toe. Now I am stretching my arms overhead, and oh my word, all of that just feels so tense. Stretching out. Okay, and then from there, slowly bring your feet in. Use your hands to hold on to the roller, and when you're ready, bring your knees into chest. Lovely. Hold on to that roller so it doesn't roll away. Okay, so we've been here before. Single leg stretch. Now this is the first time we've used a roller in these digital sessions. So there will be a lot of things here that you're familiar with. Nothing too complicated, I'm hoping, right now. Okay, so from this lovely single leg stretch, we're going to change. Okay, let's work on sending your legs towards the ceiling. Flex your feet. Lower your feet. Brace your abs. Point your toes. And roll back in. Did you see that? Okay, so what I'm going to try and do here is creating a combo. Pointy toes to ceiling, then flex the heels, straight legs as low as you can, point your toes and pull it all back in. Breathe naturally and comfortably. Okay, last time. And then we're going to attempt to reverse that. So, pointy toes, bend knees, toes towards the ground, they stretch out, flex, come up, ow, hello, pointy toes, ooh, if that is a little bit much into the back and you're flashing, as in you can feel that into your back, don't worry about flexing the feet, because we're flossing a little bit here, so that's really pulling on the sciatic nerve, so have a little play. Okay, and when you're ready, with your straight legs, let's see if we could dangle the feet over our face. Okay, what if one leg drifts down to the center of your yoga mat? Breath in, exhale and switch. So your hips are elevated, so that gives you an added bonus. And see if you could work with straightening out your legs. So straightening out your knees. Pointy toes help. You might find that's nice and comfortable and want to switch to flexed feet. See how that feels. Another adaptation is just a little toe turn out. So flex feet, heels drive towards the ceiling, toes turn out. Well done. Well done. When you're ready, draw your knees into chest. Give yourself a moment. Okay, bring your feet to the ground. Lift your heels, lift your bottom, and bring your bottom down onto the floor for a second. Okay, we all right? Thumbs up, team. Yep, good. Okay, so, right, bridge work. I'm sorry in advance, Pat made me do this. It's not my fault at all whatsoever. So the first thing I want you to do is to scooch up your mat, because your legs are going to do all the work. Right, you keep going with that massage. Pat's going to just come onto camera a second because I've managed to unplug myself everywhere. Are we on okay? It's all happening, all this attention. Okay, so keep your heels close to your bottom. Heels to bottom. And stay. Heels to bottom and stay. Okay, now you come up into a bridge. So you know how to do this. So you'll have a little play with that because you'll try and go, oh, where's the roller? Yeah, and your hamstrings are going to fire and you'll be crying and there'll be tears and you'll need hugs. Bridge. Oh, don't kill the cat. Now that is really funny. So the cat is now lying underneath Jane's back. So Jane is now stuck in a bridge or she'll crush the cat. So up and down. How does that feel? Hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, right. Now, go up and stay up. Tiny weenie presses. So this takes you higher than where we normally go because our feet are 6 inches higher off the ground. Okay, and now once you got up there and you feel nice and comfortable, you're going to roll out and pull in. Roll out, pull in. Roll out, pull in. Ow. 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 And then release. Leave that roller on your ankles, your Achilles, and roll your feet side to side for a second. Woof. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Okay, lovely. Bring the roller in so it's halfway up your lower limb, so halfway up your calf. Okay, halfway up your calf. And then you are going to turn your toes like windscreen wipers again, out and in. So you're just rolling your legs side to side. This isn't for everyone. This might feel uncomfortable. This is like level 1 because we're lying down. That's really funny. So, so what you can't see is a cat joining in Pilates with a roller. Okay, so if you want to take the roller at like an inch lower. So Mary, straight legs, roll your feet side to side. Now, turn both feet 45-degree angles, so point them in one direction and then just give yourself a little rub. So you just roll in. Lovely. Take your feet in the opposite side and rub again. So some of you might feel this is tender and that we would expect that. Okay, and then come back to center. Right, okay, so I need you to just rub your legs. Can you see that, your calf muscles? It's really important that you do this. Really important because our calves get really tight. Right, now from there we're going to lift and you're going to come and sit up. Okay. So graceful. I've forgotten how to move gracefully around this bloody thing. Right, okay. Right, we're going to sit on it. Oh yeah, yeah we are. Whoop. So, where we need to be is on the, we need to have the feet nice and wide, propped up on our heels, and we've got to be able to massage the whole of the bottom into the top of the hamstrings, forward and backwards, because you kind of roll over your hoo-ha here. If you're a boy, you're ha-he. Just tangled up. There you go. Right, got that? From here, I need you to roll right the way to the coccyx and then back down again. So you can see I'm looking down and then looking up. Looking down and looking up. Okay, settle where you are at the very top of the back of the thigh. So you're forward on your pelvis. You're in what we call an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And from here we are sending the arms wide, rotating, flexing, lifting, rotating. Saw. Okay? Now, once again, this is back healthy. Partly because, again, you're elevated. So we do this normally. So what you might notice that your range of movement is greater. So you can actually go a little deeper than the way you normally perform this movement. And at the same time, you're giving yourself a really beautiful stretch into your lower back. I'm ditching sound. I can't handle it any longer. Right, got it? Beautiful. Okay, and then from there you need to take your right hand back, left heel close, and I just want you to give yourself a bit of a booty massage. So your right hand is stabilizing you. Have some fun with this. So this is good because you're getting right into the bottom. So again, alleviating any nooks and sweet spots. And it's up to you how you want to be here. So change your positioning. Are there any bits that you really want to get at that you can't normally get to? Oh. Well done, and release. Other side. So to get into position, left hand back because that stabilizes you. And again, just rolling forward and backwards. Play with it. It's nice, isn't it? So this is your own personal massage today, brought to you live here from Chaos Studios. Okay, enjoy that massage. So move how your body wants you to move. Lovely. Last time. Okay, and now for the stuff that really does make us cry. I really painted such a good picture here, don't I? So, bear with me. So now what we're going to do is address part of the back, all right? So I'm going back as far as I can. We're massaging the back, but mostly the thighs. Okay, so what will happen is you're going to lie on the roller. Now, I've got my knees bent today because of space. So I'm lying on the roller, so it's the top of my thighs, my pelvis and pubic bone. And I'm going to start to roll forward. Okay. Okay. So, river. Okay, so what I want us to do is to roll in a straight line, forward and back. I've said this to you before, your thigh, your quads, as most people know them, made up of 4 muscle groups. Okay, straight line as you roll forward. You roll to the top of your knee, and then you roll to the top of your thigh. Legs straight, okay. Then from here, we're going to turn haven't done this for a long time. Right, toes out, heels in, okay? Toes out, heel in. Let's go again. Roll, cry. Ooh. So we're rolling all the way forward. Okay, so this is really important. Try it with bent knees. See how you feel. Did you see that? Came into a bit of a lift then. So I can engage my core at the same time. Lovely. And then release. Then toes in, heels out. Oh my giddy aunt. Toes in, heels out. Sweating. Okay, I'm coming up to watch you for a second. Oh, hello thighs. How do we feel? Too much. Smiling, crying. Well done. And release. So sit back once again on your knees wide, sit back, bum onto heels, roll roller forward, child's pose. I have to say, your determination, Jane, is brilliant. Your menagerie, in fact, crazy zoo, animals, cat disrupting, dog disrupting, it's not stopping her doing her session today. So well done. Okay, how do we feel? How do the legs feel? We're okay? Right, okay, so we're going to lie down on our bellies and the roller's going to be in front of you. Just working through the chest and extension work. When I talk about extension work, I'm talking about the back. Okay, so stretch your roller out as far as you can. Leave your hands on the top of the roller. Okay, we're going to roll in through the roller and release. Now actually I've just done something. Shush Helen, start again. As you roll, look out over your right shoulder. Roll away. Roll up left shoulder. Roll away. Continue to do that. Just switch side to side if that's not too much trouble. And give yourself some height. You're lifting the chest. Using your breath. Go on, get some real lift here. All the way to the top of the move. Stay there for 4 and 3 and 2 and release. Okay. Tuck it under your arms. Just roll over it for a second. How do we feel? Okay, now another way to really get at your back here, to massage and stretch, is to take the roller. Now this isn't for everyone, so a couple of you I know might dip out straight away. So just rest on your rib cage for a second and just rock your hips side to side. We don't normally encourage this longer than a few moments. Actually, what is really quite interesting here is that at first it's uncomfortable and then it becomes really interesting because I can feel in myself, I can feel my back releasing a little. And I'm dropping my hips side to side. You see, everything's connected. So the roller, the biggest pressure point is under your chest or the bottom of your bra. And then push back. I'm hoping you're all alright. There are so many other exercises we can do here, but these are like the main ones. Okay, so now we've done all that work, we're going to go long again. Okay, Now the first thing we're going to do is see if you can sit. Now sitting on it when it's lengthways is not particularly comfortable. So what I tend to do, just so I can go over my hip and the top of my thigh so I can engage my hamstrings better, I've got one foot on the floor, one knee down, and I'm just rolling side to side. So I'm going over my hip bone. Really great for releasing high tone into the pelvic floor here. Okay, when you're ready, switch sides. One knee down, one foot up. And again, you're trying to get over your sit bone. So you get a lovely little massage here. How does that feel? Okay, and if you want to, if it's not too much pressure, see how that feels by taking your feet wider. And again, trying to roll side to side or not, just settle. Okay, try and relax if that's okay. Again, we're not here long. For me, on your tuberosities, so that bottom of your pelvis is quite tight. Then take your shuffle forward and roll back down as we're going for a lovely little back massage now. So feet are wide, arms are wide. We're rolling side to side. Take your time. Now you'll notice my arms are reaching towards the ceiling and then reaching towards the skirting boards. So I'm coming up and over. So everything in my back and hips and bum. Again, what do I always say? If you've got that little sweet spot, stay there, work with it. And then once you've completed that, let's just rest there for a second. So, bring your heels to the bottom of your roller. So your knees are together. Okay, and you're stabilizing. Your fingertips touch the floor, that's it. So if you can float your hands, great. Work on squeezing your thighs together, bracing through your abdominals, really pressing your heels into the roller. If that's too much, what you can do is take your feet slightly wider and allow the heels just to squeeze the roller. And that little bit of pressure, that pushing your heels together or driving your heels into the block, engages through your center. Okay, once again, the arms drift out wide to 3 and 9 o'clock. And breathe through this to relax. Try and fold. Allow your body to melt. Now from here, the feet go wider. They go longer, and you make like a starfish. See how that feels. If you want to, again, add that right to left movement. And use your breath. Now we're going to use the roller for a handful of weeks because I want us to really monitor progression through our September training. Okay, we're feeling okay? Well done. When you're ready, bring your feet closer, or bend your knees rather. Drop your knees in towards each other. Heels go wide. Toes turn in. Okay, rock side to side. Well done. Again, this is just allowing your body to fully connect. Now, lift your feet. 1, 2, hands wide, palms down at 3 and 9 o'clock. And see if you can roll again, side to side, maybe in a centimetre or 2. See if you can push the middle of your back into the roller. Subtle move here. feet down. Well done. When you're ready, gracefully dismount. Okay, so I'm going to give you two options in terms of relaxation today. One is passive, others active. Passive is using your roller as a cushion to relax, feet together, feet wide, knees bent. The other way is the active relaxation, and that is to sit on your roller. Take your feet, so if you can see my feet, the idea is the heels line up, and that will allow your knees, so you're almost rolling off your roller. So your feet are aligned, they're not crossed over each other because you won't be able to do this. So it's the front of the foot onto the mat, allowing your knees to go wide, and then you can settle, okay? Take a breath. Whew, don't know about you. Okay, and relax. Let's start by that amazing breathe in to settle. Use your arms if you want to breathe up, and relax your hands to breathe down. Breathing in. This is what we're now naming as our power down. As we power down, the first thing we need to do is just connect with that breathing. And what do we do when we're stressed? We go, take a breath, take a breath. Take a breath. Okay, give yourself a moment. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is our cautionary warning. When we do myofascial release work, we're pushing toxins all around the body. You might feel a bit sweaty. You might feel a bit headachy. It's really important to keep your hydration up to date. Drink plenty of fluids, because you have been basically squishing out all the rubbish that's in your body, and we haven't done this for a while. So just be conscious of how you're feeling as a result of the myofascial release. Okay, that said, think about your feet, your ankles, relaxing them, letting them go. How do your feet feel right now? And your calves, nice and relaxed. Your knees. Take away any tension into your thighs. Relax your shoulders and relax your hands. So if you're in sit, you might be able to just drop your hands into your thighs. And this will just enable you to fully switch off. Relax your shoulders. Think about your neck. Is your head really weighing you down? Do you just need to make a couple of adjustments through your neck and shoulders? Chin to chest maybe, chin to sky maybe, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And then we settle. Once we've found ourselves in this position where we are relaxed, this is enabling us to create change. Use this time to focus, because your mind will wander. Breathe in for 4. Pause for 4. Breathe out for 4. Pause for 4. Let's try that together. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Continue to do that. And as you do that, be mindful of any tension leaving from your crown of your head downwards, leaving out through your hands, through your thighs, your knees, and your feet, pouring into the ground, relaxing. Create some movement with your fingers, stretching your arms or rolling your wrists, rolling your elbows. I don't know about you, but everything's clicking on me. And come up and press your hands, or clasp your hands together as you go overhead. Push palms forward. Backs of hands forward, chin to chest. Hands out wide and into your low back. Lift chest. And then give yourselves a round of applause. Well done, beautiful people. How are ya? Okay, so that's me for today. I'm Helen Tite, iCare, iMove. Give us a shout if you need me. I hope you enjoyed that. But really, more than anything else, make sure